Today I'm going to teach you how to make this fabric material in Blender. But before we start, please subscribe and like and share if you want to support the channel. In the shader editor, add a principled BSDF and then connect it to the material output. Grab a wave texture and press Shift D to duplicate it. Then search for a checker texture and do the same thing, Shift D to duplicate it. Connect the factor of each wave node to the checker texture opposite to it, specifically to the vector input because we want to manipulate it. Using the Node Wrangler add-on, select the texture and press Ctrl T to grab a mapping and texture coordinate. Change the texture coordinate to UV instead of generated, and connect to the other wave texture, and change its axis to Y. And now we have the wave textures crossing each other. Change the wave texture scale in both nodes to 20, and the color in the checker texture from gray to black. You may want to adjust the distortion in both wave textures for now, but we may change it later as well. Connect the textures with mix color and view it. Increase the roughness a little. Drag a wire from the normal to get a bump map. Connect the mix color to the height in the bump map and view the shader again by pressing Shift Command. Increase the filter width to 0.3 and the distance to 0.1 in the bump map. Drag a wire from the base color and connect it to a color ramp. Then connect the mix color node to the factor in the color ramp. Drag the black color to the right to increase the contrast and change the white color to the color that you want, or however you want it to look like. Change the detail and the detail scale to numbers between 3.2 to 4 in both wave texture nodes. Then jump to the checker texture nodes and crank up the scale to 10. In the principled shader node, expand the subsurface and increase the weight a little bit to allow some light to enter the surface. Then go down to where it says sheen and increase the weight a little bit as well. You can choose to give it a tint, but in this case, I'm going to leave it as it is. In the material output, drag a wire from displacement and add a displacement map. And go to the material settings and make sure to select displacement and bump in the surface settings. Then connect the height in the displacement node to the mix color node. We're going to leave the displacement numbers as they are, and then we're going to add another bump node. But if you wish to change the colors, feel free to play with the color ramp and add some extra handles. Now move over the bump node to add another bump node layer by duplicating. Then get a noise texture and plug in the factor in the height. And activate the Node Wrangler by pressing Ctrl T while selecting the texture to add texture coordinate and mapping. And connect the mapping to UV instead of generated. In the noise texture, crank up the detail to 4 and the scale to 11.4. This noise texture bump is adding a subtle layer of shadow to the fabric to make it look more realistic under the light. It's also enhancing the displacement map. Give it a name like blue fabric, and you may change the color as you wish. And that's how you make this fabric material. It's completely procedural and very easy. If you want this material, you can find it on my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more material tutorials in the future, please like and subscribe. Bye for now.